Welcome to YUGAS Academy. So myself, M. Vinod Kumar, I am a geography faculty for YUGAS Academy. YUGAS Academy is conducting prelims mastery series by every Sunday. It is a free session conducted in YouTube of YUGAS Academy. So for further details, contact this number. YUGAS Academy is also coming up with a polity module for TNPSC Group 1, Group 2, Group 2A and Group 4. A complete polity coverage will be given by connecting concepts and MCQs. It is completely focused preparation as per TNPSC pattern. There will be a 5 full-length prelims test series and exam-oriented strategy discussions will be held. For the further details, contact through this number. So today we are going to discuss one of the most important topic for UPSC prelims. So with respect to geography. So for geography, every year, port has been one of the important theme of geography. So the port is one of the important theme for both history and geography. So while analyzing the past previous year question paper, there will be minimum one question from port in both history and geography. Okay. So this year there has been multiple ports in the news. So one of the important port is Villingen port. One of the important port is Villingen port. Before discussing about this port, so we shall see some PYQs with respect to port in UPSC prelims. Okay. So which port handles highest tonnage of import cargo? It is Mumbai. See, it is UPSC PYQ based on last 25 years. So the largest shipyard. So which is the largest shipyard? See, so it is largest shipyard is Kochi. Shipyard is Kochi. So see, they are asking about non-major port. Which is a non-major port? Dahaj. Dahaj. So Kochi, Paradip, New Mangalore, these are all the major port. These are all the major port. See, 2023 port and port features. So Kamarajar Port, Mudra Port, Vishakhapatnam Port. See, Kamarajar Port is a first corporatized port. Mudra Port is the largest private port. These two are correct. So Visakhapatnam it is not a largest container port. JNPT port. Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust is the largest container port. Okay. See, it is one of the important theme. So Kolkata port is a riverine port and also tidal port. So JNPT is a largest container port. So Mudra is first India's private sector port. Mudra port is first India's private sector port. So Kamarajar port is corporatized port. See, these are all the questions which has been asked in last 25 years. Okay, let us move to the current affairs. Let us move to the current affairs. So first thing is Villingen port. So Villingen port. So it has been started since 1940. One of the oldest port in India. One of the oldest port in India. See, Villingen port is one of the oldest port in India. It has been operationalized since 80 years. That means since 1940. Okay, recently, why it is in the news? Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated India's first deep water port, first deep water transshipment hub. See, transshipment hub. India's first deep water transshipment hub is Villingen port. So this itself a important point for UPSC prelims. So it is located at Kerala. Finally, it is located at Kerala. So Villingen port is located at Kerala. What is meant by transshipment port? The name suggests it is transshipping port. So it is cargoes is transferred from one ship to another. Cargoes are transferred from one ship to another ship to reach their final destination. To reach their final destination. See that it is cargoes has been transferred from one ship to another ship. So it is one of the most important point because India's first transshipment port. It is a first transshipment port is Villingen port. First deep water transshipment port. It is Vizhinjam port. Vizhinjam port is one of the important point. So currently 75% of India's transport cargoes are handled abroad. It is handled in Colombo, Singapore, Kalang. It is handled at Colombo, Singapore, Kalang. That means this Vizhinjam port is one of the most important port which is going to handle transshipment cargoes. So it makes India as a Atmanirbhar Bharat. So Atmanirbhar Bharat. Okay. So what are the technical feature? So the most important technical feature with respect to exam is it is all weather port. It is a greenfield port. It is semi-automated port. It is all-weather port. It is a greenfield port. It is a semi-automated port, and also it is trained at Community Skill Park, Vizhinjam. So it is also trained at Community Skill Park. So Vizhinjam port is also trained at Community Skill Park. Okay. So some of the notable information is MSc Cloud A Giradit. MSc Cloud A Giradit is one of the largest ship docks in South Asia. It does not belong to India. It is largest ship to dock in South Asia. World largest container ship MSC Irani. World largest container ship MSC Irani. Okay. So what is Mebek Community Skill Park? India's first women crane operators are seen in this community skill park. So there are multiple community has been engaged in this sport. Engaged in this sport. See, these are all the important points with respect to Vizhinjam port. Okay. Okay. So we saw the PYQs also. So now let us see some of the module questions with respect to the above discussed content. With reference to transshipment port, consider the following statement. So a transshipment port is a port where cargo is transferred from one vessel to another vessel before reaching its final destination. So see, this module will ultimately help you to recall the points. So you know that the transshipment port is one of the is port where the goods has been transferred from one ship to another, one vessel to another vessel before reaching its final destination. Yes. See, this is one of the most approved system. So you can recall all the points which we have discussed. So it is very easy. Such ports are typically located to close to major international shipping routes. Yes, because it will be located close to major international shipping routes. Transshipment reduces the need for large vessels to enter small ports. Yes, it also reduces the need for large vessels to enter the small port. So all one, two, three is a correct answer. Okay. So this question is framed with respect to new trend of UPSC PYQs. So you can expect the question with respect to these topics in this manner. With reference to Vizhinjam International Seaport, consider the following statement. Vizhinjam International Seaport. It is India's first deep-water transshipment port with nautical draft around 20 meter. Yes, obviously this is correct. It is draft located far away from the major international shipment route. No, it is located very near. So it designed to handle ultra large container vessels. Yes, it is designed to handle ultra large container vessels. Okay. So it is 10 nautical miles closer to major route. It is just a 10 nautical miles closer to major route. So this it is located just 10 nautical miles. It is not far away. It is very near. Okay. So let us discuss other important port. So other important ports which is also in the news. So first, recent updates, new major ports and mega ports. So new major ports and mega ports. So first, new major ports and mega ports. First port is Vadwa port. So first thing, Vadwa port. So Vadwan port is located at first Maharashtra. The first important question with respect to Vadwan port is Maharashtra. It is located in Maharashtra. See, its status is 13th major port. So you know that there is a term called major port. There is a term called minor port. So we will discuss in MCQs also what is the features of major port or minor port. So significance, one of the top 10 container ports globally. It is in a landlord module. So see, this port is constructed in a landlord module. So the most important thing is Vadwa port is constructed in landlord module. So we will discuss all these things and all in further discussion. Plans to approve 1,200 acres international agriculture market nearby. So this makes this year this port is a current affairs. Next, Galathea Bay Port. It is located at Nicobar. Galathea Bay Port. It is located at Nicobar. So it is notified as major port. See, and it is notified as major port. So it is designated international corridor transshipment port. See the word transshipment port. Galathea Bay Port is also a transshipment port. So it's east-west international shipping route. It is one of the strategic route because Malacca Strait. Malacca Strait makes the Galathea Bay port as one of the important port because it is located in Great Nicobar. Okay. Next, Vizhinjam International Seaport. So it's near Thiruvananthapuram. It is first deep water transshipment hub. So 24 meters minimal degraded dredging. So this we had discussed earlier. First port for India's mega ships. See, first port in India for mega ships. See the keyword mega ships. 24,000 plus TEU. Okay. Next port is ports in international corridor. IMEC corridor. IMEC corridor, you know that this is international India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor, India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor. So this connects Indian port, JNPT Mudra Kandla to UAE port, Jebel Ali Khalifa. See, UAE, Jebel Ali Khalifa. See, these two ports are located at UAE. See, these two ports are located at UAE. So UPSC may ask port since port be an important theme. So this question also can be asked. Okay. So second, so Chabahar port. It is located at Iran. So Chabaga port, it is located at Iran. So why this port is in the news? India signed 10-year contract in 2024 for Shahid Beste terminal. So India signed a 10-year contract. Okay. So another port which is important in the news. Another port which is important in the news is Port of Assab. Port of Assab. So this is located at Eritrea. Eritrea. So this Eritrea is near to Red Sea. Red Sea. So this is also one of the important port in the news, recently seen in the news. Okay. So only corporatized port, Kamarajar port, it is located in Tamil Nadu. This is UPSC PYQ. UPSC PYQ. Deepest port Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Deepest port Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Largest container port JNPT, Maharashtra. Shyam Prasad Mukherjee River in port in Hooghly River. Tidal port in Gujarat. Tidal port in Gujarat. Okay, so let us discuss some of the MCQs with respect to this. Okay, fine. Okay, so with reference to Vadwa port, consider the following statement. It is being developed under landlord module. Yes, it is being developed under landlord module. It is located at Ratnagiri district. So we didn't see the district name these and all. So this it is not located in Ratnagiri district. So it is planned to be among the world top container ports. Yes. So answer 1 and 3. See, answer 1 and 3. So Vadwa port is being developed by following landlord module. Landlord. See the keyword Vadwa port is developed by landlord module. Landlord module. So in this setup, the port authorities act as a regulatory body. See what is landlord module? The port authority acts as a regulatory body and landlords. While port is while port operations. Okay. So what is meant by landlord module? In this, port authority itself acts as a regulatory body. So landlord modules means port authority itself acts as a regulatory body. Vadwa is India's landlord module port. So under landlord module ports, whether port authorities itself acts as a regulator body. The port is located at Palangar district of Maharashtra. Palangar district of Maharashtra. Okay, so with a natural draft about 20 meters, see the key points. With a natural draft about 20 meters, Vadva is designed to handle world largest container ship once fully operationalized. See, it is not fully operationalized. Once it gets fully operationalized, it will handle it will handle large container ships. It will handle large container ships. So Vadva Port, so executive agency Vadva Port Project Limited. So and project cost, so this is not important for UPC problems. See, it is strategic importance for IMEC corridor and Sagarmala program. So IMEC corridor and Sagarmala program. So other Galatia Bayport. Consider the following statement about Galatia Bayport. It is an international corridor transshipment port. Yes, Galatia Bayport. Galatia Bayport is an international transshipment corridor port. So container transshipment port. It is located at west coast of India. It is located at Nicobar. Everyone knows it is located at Nicobar. It aims to reduce dependency on foreign transshipment hubs. Yes, every transshipment port is aims to reduce the dependence of foreign transshipment hubs. Yes, so Galatia Bay Port is being developed by world developed as a world class international container transshipment port. World class international container transshipment port. It is proximity of east west international shipping lane allows to act as a major global hub. Major global hub. So the Great Nicobar Island, which is the part of Andaman Nicobar in Bay of Bengal, it is located at Great Nicobar Island. So statement 3, currently the significance of portions of India's transshipment cargoes is handled at international ports like Colombo, Singapore, Port Kalang. See, we already discussed this. So again, so Vadwa Port, Maharashtra, Galatia Port, Great Nicobar. So Gateway Port, Transshipment Port. So West Coast, East Coast. So highest capacity of landlord module, proximity to 6-degree channel. So natural depth 20 meter, natural depth 20 meter. So which of the following describes the landlord module? So which of the following describes the landlord module? See, port authority owns the land while private players handles the operation. Authority owns the land while it is private players who hold the land, handle the operations, but port authority owns the land. Port authority owns the land. This is the best description of landlord port module. Landlord port module. The port authority owns the land while private player handle the operations. Understanding the landlord port module. In this module, the role of public and private sector is splits to maximize the efforts while maintaining the government oversights the critical infrastructure. So infrastructure has been overseen by the government. So the port authority acts as a landlord. Port authority acts as a landlord. Okay. So with reference to Villingam International Seaport, it is a natural deep draft requiring minimal dredging. Yes, it is India's first transshipment hub. It is located at West Coast. That is at Kerala. So 1 and 2 is correct. So, which of the following ports is close to major east and west international shipment route? It is Villingam. See, east-west shipment international route, which is closest to major east-west international shipment route. It is Villingam. Villingam is located at Kerala. Okay. So mega ships. The term mega ships 24,000 TEU capacity is associated with it is a deep water port. It is associated with a deep water port. So you know that the mega ships is also known as ultra large container vessel. So we already discussed in earlier cards. So it is also known as ultra large container vessel. Ultra large container vessel. Okay. With reference to IMEC, it involves in both maritime and rail connectivity. Yes, see what first of all, IMEC is a multimode transport corridor. It is an alternative to Suez Canal route. So we are looking at IMEC as alternative for Suez Canal. It excludes Middle East countries. It is mainly for Middle East countries. So statement 3 is wrong. Okay. So consider the following port of concerns the IMEC. See IMEC, JNPT, Mudra, Kochi, Kandla. JNPT, Mudra, Kochi, Kandla. So sorry, Kochi does not comes under IMEC corridor. Kochi does not comes under IMEC corridor. Okay. So we had discussed more questions with respect to these two current affairs. If you are interested in further questions also, so get the PDF, get the PDF and solve the remaining questions. So we will provide the PDF in the link. We will provide the PDF in the link. So far, so we had discussed one of the two most important news which we are expecting for this prelims, which we are expecting for this prelims. So thank you, thank you.